Hello guys, myself Aishwarya. In this video, we are going to learn about fundamentals of articulatory phonetics, particularly about the phonetic description of vowels. Before moving on to the main topic, let's learn some basic terminologies related to phonetics. What is phonetics? It is a branch of linguistics which deals with the proper study of sounds associated with human speech. That is, particularly it focuses on the production and classification of world speech sounds. Let's move on to the phonology. It is the study of how sounds are put together to form words and other linguistic units. The difference between phonology and phonetics is nothing but phonetics is the study of production and perception of speech sounds, and phonology it mainly concerns about the more complex form of sound pattern and structures like intonation, syllables, and etc. We'll move on to speech perception. It is the study of how phonetic decisions are made from the acoustic signals, which also includes phoneme. It is the smallest phonetic unit of sound in a language. Now, we will move on to three domains of phonetics, which are articulatory phonetics, auditory phonetics, and acoustic phonetics. Articulatory phonetics. It is the study of how the articulators make the individual sound, which deals with the classification and categorization of features of speech sound production. Next, auditory phonetics. It is the study of how human ear perceives the sound and get recognized by the brain. Then, acoustic phonetics. It is the study of relationship between articulation and acoustic signal of speech with respect to varying frequency, amplitude, and duration. In next slide, let's learn about organs of speech production. First, respiratory system, which consists of lungs, airway, ribcage, diaphragm, and its associated structures. Respiratory system provides basic air supply for generating sound. Then, the larynx, which generates voiced sound for speech by vibrating the vocal folds as it is in z, and it allows the air to pass from lungs to the vocal fold for voiceless sound as it is in. Here, basically the respiratory system and larynx works together. Next, velopharynx, which joins or separate the oral and nasal cavities so that the air passes through the oral cavity, the nasal cavity, or the both. Next, the articulators, which consist of tongue, lips, and jaw. Tongue further classified into five major parts: the tip or apex, the blade, the back or dorsum, the root, and the body. Here, the jaw participates in speech production by aiding the tongue and lip movement by providing a skeletal support for these organs. And the nervous system acts the major role, which controls the entire process by translating the message to communicate into a pattern of signals that runs to the various muscles of the speech mechanism. Now let's see how the vowel sounds are produced. It is usually formed as a sound energy from vibrating vocal folds escapes through a relatively open vocal tract of a particular shape. Vowels are sometimes known as syllabic nuclei. The vowel characteristics majorly depends on the positioning of jaw, tongue, and lip compared to the other structures of the vocal tract like velum, pharyngeal wall, and cheeks. Also, the jaw and tongue usually works together to increase or reduce the mouth opening for general phonetic purpose. Vowel production can be described by specifying the position of just two articulators, that are tongue and lips. Usually the vocal folds vibrate to produce voicing for vowels, but exceptions are there, such as whispered speech do occur. Let's see example for lip as articulator for production of vowel. Place your finger against your lip and say who and he. While telling who, you will feel the lip pushing against your finger where the lip is rounded and protruded. While telling he, you will feel lip gets pulled away from your finger where the lips are retracted and unrounded. In next slide, let's see the tongue moves in two dimensions within the oral cavity. One dimension, which is the front and back, example, he and who, and the another one is high and low, as it is in who, ha. With these two dimensions of tongue movement, we can define four extreme positions of tongue within the oral cavity. A, as it is in apple, it is an low front vowel. E, as it is in feet, it is an high front vowel. O, as it is in goose, it is a high back vowel. As it is in father, It is a low back vowel. The four vowels can define 4 points that establish vowel quadrilateral, as you can see in the picture. The tongue position for production of E and E differs as E is forward in mouth and not quite as high as E. The tongue position for any one vowel can be specified with the terms of low, high, front, back, mid or central vowels. We'll discuss about this in next slide. To describe a vowel in terms of three major characteristics of tenseness, slackness, lip configuration and tongue position. A. It is a tense, unrounded, high front vowel. O. It is a tense, rounded, high mid back vowel. O. It is a lack, rounded, low high back vowel. A. It is a tense, rounded, mid central vowel. We'll move on to the next slide. The front vowels are E, I, A, A. The central vowels are A, 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 A. Along with these central vowels, A, O, O are also known as mid vowels. And the back vowels are O, O, A. And the high vowels are E, I, O. And the low vowels are A and A. In next slide, let's see about diphthongs. Diphthongs are nothing but combination of two vowels. I, O, Oi, A, Ow. Example for I is by, Y, ice, night. Example for ow, bow, trow, dow, owl. Example for oi, boy, oil, loin, hoist. Example for a, bay, days, rain, stay. Example for ow, bow, no, load, bone. These are my references. Thank you.